everyone, and welcome back to Katarina's Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and today, we're actually here with Shaniqua, Colorado, which she hasn't been on the channel for a while. And we are going to, review this Mucar 892 BT Professional Automotive Diagnostic Tool. And now, it's got an 8-inch display with a user interface and enhanced usability, equipped with online services and remote assistance, which is true actually. You can talk to professionals, and there is also AI built into it if you want to use that. I don't, but other people might. And it can, honestly, I can test just about every single module in the vehicle with this. It's pretty sweet. You know, on the back here, it even shows compatible with over 100 car brands and over 100,000 vehicle models. Yep. There's even stuff that I did a software, because I've already played around with this a little bit just to make sure that it was working and stuff like that out of the box, and I didn't want something that was potentially dead, because I did a review like that and didn't go so well because the device itself didn't have enough charge to actually jumpstart my car. And then it can do ECU coding and maintenance features, so resetting your oil life light and stuff like that. I can reset TPMS, all that different stuff. So let us open this up and take a look what's inside. Now, bear in mind, there actually is a charge cable for this, but I kind of stole it from my own phone because my charge cable was bad. So we open this up, and it has a nice little soft carrying case like this. Well, it's hard, but sounds pretty good. And it's branded Mucar on it. And if we open this up, so up top here we have an Ethernet cable, so you can actually hook this up to your internet that way or to a computer. You do have the user manual, and it's nice. It's all color coded with the different languages, so that's pretty nice. And then here we go. Here's the packing list. So we have the actual tablet itself with the OBD2 Bluetooth, because it is encoded, it is Bluetooth, which is kind of neat. Again, the network cable, there is a USB 2 to 10 millimeter cable. There's an F chassis Type-C cable, which again, I did steal for inside the house. And then there is for European plugs and stuff like that. So pretty darn neato there. The tablet itself, so when you open this up, there's this soft little thing covering up your tablet, so that's nice, so it doesn't get scratched. And then the tablet itself here, which, let me turn this on, and I can show you some of the functionalities before we actually use the truck itself. So you can see, some of the other cords and stuff like that that are in here, like what was mentioned before. So honestly, it's pretty darn neat. And you do have, a proper wall plug here if you want to plug this into the wall. So, and your European style plugs there's 2 of them there. So it takes a little second to actually boot up, because bear in mind it hasn't been turned on in a few days. But I've been playing around with it and just seeing what else, what it can do without actually being hooked into a car. I do not want to do that now. So if we take a look in the menus here, this is auto search, so you can use it also, because on the back side here, like I said, it's, there's a Bluetooth thing and it has a magnet, so that's kind of nice. This also has a little handle on it, so you can set this up to where, I can be right here. Set it up like that, so it's pretty nice, honestly. But then, yeah, so I can auto search, diagnose, just regular OBD fault codes. There's history, report, feedback. There's this $fix community, which I haven't even delved into really yet. But what I think that is actually so you're talking to other people in forums and stuff like that. So that's pretty neat. And then this is your AI assistant. It's this Mucar, AI, which again I've never used. But then if we click more, and you can see some of the settings, whatever else, and you can do a bunch of different stuff, right? And your coverage list is massive once it loads here. Give it a second. I also have it connected to my Wi-Fi, so I can do all this different stuff. BYD is in here, you know, Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge, Jaguar, you name it, it's probably in here. And there's stuff that's like not even sold here that is in this list too, so it's pretty cool. But if we go more, and then if we go gadget, you do have Google Chrome built into this, YouTube, you could use it as a PDF reader, there's Candy Crush apparently that you can install, Kindle, and Duolingo. Plus you can have your email and that sort of thing on here anyways. So anyways, it's a pretty neat little device. And so let's just see. If we open this up, because again, I haven't played with this fully yet. I need to... So there we go. You just jump in this dirty truck, because my dad does not detail the interiors of his vehicles. Yeah, so this is a little thing, and then that would go right here. If it'll hook into it, hang on a minute. What's going on here? There we go. There you go, it's connecting, and then it probably needs at least that. There we go, and like it's scanning the VIN itself. So just give it a minute here. Which is pretty cool they can do this actually. So that it can match the ECU to your VIN, because there's some of that. Now, this is a 2004? Not sure if it'll have that. Okay, so it wants me to enter the VIN manually. So I'm just going to go American, go Chevrolet. Alright, and now it's still loading. Let's give it a second. Yeah, there we go. So then the Chevrolet diagnosis says turn the ignition on, turn the key to the on position for push to start vehicle. Please long press the start button for 5 to 10 seconds to turn the ignition on. So, I mean, the ignition is on, like it's not started, unless if they want me to start it. Again, I've never really used one of these, so at least nothing that's this comprehensive. There we go, and it gets the VIN right here, and you just need to confirm that and go, yes, that is my vehicle. Automatic transfer case, yes, it has. And then mine is 4-button selectable. This has the base radio. Air conditioning, this does have the automatic 2-zone. And then it, like I said, it's just, I'm surprised it's asking these questions. That's kind of cool. Like I said, I've never used one of these, so I don't know how in-depth this actually goes. It's kind of neat. I want to say it's equal to or under 8600 GVW. Again, you think I would know this. It's a half-ton Avalanche. And let's just see. So, do a whole system scan. So I'm scanning the entire system to see if there's any faults anywhere in the system. Which, to be fair, there should be some. Like, it's going through the, because it has a Bose amplifier, it is scanning it, making sure there's no issues. It's into the body control module. This is going to take a second, to be honest, to scan every single system in the vehicle. Because there are a couple of issues, like the rear defrost doesn't work, and I don't know if it's the module itself, if it's the switch up here, or if it's like a broken ground or something like that on the window. So, here, let's just, I'll pause you, and we'll go from there. Alright, there we go. So now, it's gotten to 100% of the scan, or, well, actually, there were 12 systems found and no faults, apparently. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. So, all right, so that's just a system scan. Yes, okay, get out of this. No, I do want to... Like, it's kind of cool because, like, maintenance-wise, you know, I can change out. So, like, if you put a different size tire on this, as an example, I could actually do that. You know, and adjust that in here, which is kind of cool, so that your speedometer is actually accurate. You know, I've got air-fuel ratio reset, ABS bleeding, adaptive front light system, AdBlue reset, air suspension, airbag, battery matching, brake pad reset. You know, like there's so much clutch, water pump, DPF, ECU, EGR, all this different stuff. But now I actually want to... like I said, American, Chevrolet. There we go, because I do want to see. Like, because this thing does have a check engine light, so I want to see if it catches it. Which it should. It should. Like, this has a EGR issue. And it asked me for all this stuff again. So, base radio, dual zone. It'd be nice if it saved this stuff, but it doesn't. But that's okay. When you're in here, because I do want it to check out that thing, and I'm surprised I didn't find a fault. So it's not the module itself then with the equal to or under. I was already in here. No, this is not what I wanted. I already did all that, yes. Hang on, I gotta figure this out. There we go, I was just on the wrong one. This is now going to scan the OBD instead of like testing the modules. I screwed that up, I apologize. But, let's see, so it's connecting to CAN bus. So this is going to take a bit, so I'll just pause it and then go from there. Oh, it failed CAN bus. And okay, so it goes through all the different OBD2s, and like it has the VIN, all this stuff, and all protocols scan. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. Shoot. Ha! Like I said, I playing around with this. So yeah, like I said, it is this one here. All right, here we go. So I can do, like, test individual stuff in here. I would just like it just to... I don't want to clear the fault code. I want to read the fault codes. There we go. Okay, so I have... yep, these are all the codes that I currently know of. So we have the knock sensor 1 and 2. Yes, that is a problem with this thing. I forgot about that. And we have this transporting component slipping, which I don't know what's causing that, because it's not actually slipping, so that's kind of a weird fault for it to have. And again, knock sensor 1 and 2. So why is that twice? Are they different codes? No, no, they're the same codes. Okay, that's weird. So yeah, those are the current ones. So there's 3 codes: P0894, P0327, and P0332. Now, I can do a Google search of that as an example. And then it'll show you that, you know, and it just does this AI overview, but you can like scroll down and find other stuff too. But yeah, so, which this could be the wire itself. And it's showing that it can be caused by a faulty sensor or a problem with the wiring harness or other issues. Yeah, so it's one of these things where we've been meaning to do it. It's just we have not yet. Now I'm trying to remember. There we go. Okay. Just trying to remember everything. Okay, cool. So if you are actually a, like if you are a proper mechanic, you know, you can type in all this information and then save that, and then that gets uploaded actually to the national database so that it's, you know, all copacetic. So that's pretty cool. So okay, that's not too bad at all. But what's really neat is check this out. So I can read the live data as this thing is working, and it's interesting that it didn't find fault with the gauges themselves. So that just means electronically they work, but the stepper motors don't work, because fuel gauge doesn't work and the tach doesn't work. Everything else does. But let's see. Select all, okay, and I can see all of the stuff. So I have it in metric right now, but you can change that to imperial, if you want. And you can see the live data of everything. It's currently idling at 748 RPM, and you can change that to rotations per second or whatever else. Drop down a little bit. And like, there's just so much stuff to check out. Like, honestly, this thing is pretty cool. Like, some of the stuff I don't fully understand. And like, you can see the field trims and everything. Like, this thing is amazing. So, and you can see right now, like, I'm not moving, right? But I'm curious. So if I just see if it does this, if I do this in metrics so that it'll actually see it better. Yep, it did work. That showed 1 kilometer an hour going in reverse. That is pretty darn neat, actually. I am a big fan of this little tablet. So yeah, and it's kind of cool that it shows like some of your optimum ranges, whatever else for that sort of stuff. Oh, there you go. You can actually see it as like a graph and whatever else here too, right? Like, I obviously shut the vehicle off, but that is cool. So yeah, and you can record it, whatever else, put value, combine, all the different stuff in here. It is just fantastic of what all you can do. And like, I can clear the fault codes, I can test the O2 monitors, all that different stuff. If I don't just, do everything, that way. It's pretty darn cool. So yeah. Anyways, before this video goes on for too long, hope you guys did enjoy, and also like, check out their products. You can use my code KAT15, all in caps, for 15% off every single one of your orders from Mucar. They have a bunch of different scanners like this and whatever else, so go check them out. And like I said, use my code for 15% off. That's KAT15, all in caps, for 15% off. Anyways, hope you take care of yourselves. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.